From the National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC), developing Nigeria's automotive industry. This is Automotive Hour, projecting Nigeria's automotive industry to the world.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Automotive Hour, your number one program spotlighting Nigeria's fast-evolving automotive industry. Powered by the National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC), this program brings you insights, innovations, policies, and personalities shaping Nigeria's road to industrial greatness. All across the country, the momentum is real, and Nigerian automakers are stepping up, creating quality vehicles with increasing local content, world-class design, and forward-thinking technology. In this edition, we'll journey through updates, policy news, expert insights, and visit assemblers putting Nigeria on the map. It's another packed ride, and I am your host, Maimuna Ahoiza-Zubair. Welcome. We begin this journey with the latest news and developments from the local and global automobile industry. From capacity building initiatives to new energy vehicle collaborations, here are the headlines shaping Nigeria's automotive future.
A new era has begun for Nigeria's automotive sector as the federal government inaugurated the governing board of the NADDC. The board comprises stakeholders from across the automotive value chain, including regulators and private sector players, tasked with steering sector reforms. Presiding over the inauguration, Minister of State in charge of Industry, Trade and Investment, Senator John Awan-Ino, highlighted the board's role in advancing the Nigeria First policy announced recently by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and commended the leadership of NADDC's Director General, Mr Oluwemimo Osanipin. The Honourable Minister stated that with the board in place, there will be strategic alignment that brings Nigeria closer to a globally competitive automotive industry. The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment, Ambassador Nora Rimi, also lauded DG Osanipin, saying that he has been a worthy appointee of the president. He expressed optimism for the future of Nigeria's auto industry with the caliber of members appointed to the board. Newly appointed board chairman, Chief Ima Enyuko, pledged to reposition Nigeria as an automotive powerhouse, committing to full implementation of NAIDP and deeper investor collaboration, describing it as a call to national service. He charged his board members to ensure the strengthening of local production, reduction of import dependence, and driving of innovation for the good of Nigeria. To boost Nigeria's capacity for clean energy mobility, NADDC, in partnership with Simba Group Nigeria, has launched a nationwide mechatronics training program for local technicians. The initiative kicked off in Ekiti State on July 7th and continued in Kano from July 14 to 18th, focusing on modern diagnostics and maintenance of CNG and PMS, powered tricycles and motorcycles. Speaking at the Ekiti State launch, NADDC Director General Mr Oluwemimo Joseph Osanipin urged participants to cascade the knowledge across communities, describing the initiative as a cornerstone for clean transportation.
We want you to create job. We want you to be competent. And we want you to see this as a way of expanding your business. So this will have a lot of multiplier effects on the economy.
Ekiti State Commissioner for Wealth Creation, Chief Kayode Fashie, The representative of Ekiti State Governor, who lauded NADDC, charged the beneficiaries to make the best use of the training to better their lives and those of others.
You have been trained today. You'll be here for the past 1 week. One of the 6 pillars of Mr. Governor is youth development and job creation. What we are doing for you today, creating a job for you. And I also appeal to us that ensure that you pass this knowledge down, so that the knowledge not reside with you alone, without being able to train more people.
This collaboration was not only for technical training, it was for the upgradation of the technical skills. I know everyone is very talented here. But along with coming with new technologies, you need to work for the new technologies also. You need to upgrade your skills. So we are always there, and I'm very thankful to NADDC to give us this opportunity.
Representing the DG in Kano, Dr. Noah Omisanya of NADDC emphasized the Council's nationwide investment in skill development through its 21 automotive training centers. Over 15,000 technicians have been trained so far. The program will no doubt strengthen the workforce and lay the groundwork for a truly competitive Nigerian automotive sector. The NADDC has expanded its drive for alternative fuel conversion and green automotive technologies by partnering with Cross River State to establish a modern automotive training center and electric vehicle charging station in Akampa local government area. The facility, which also accommodates CNG conversion labs, is part of NADDC's ongoing collaboration with the Presidential CNG Initiative, PCNGI, and aims to build technical capacity in undeserved regions. During the official land handover, the Cross River Commissioner for Works, Mr. Bong Duke, representing the governor, pledged the state's commitment to host the pioneering facility and assist in community mobilization. The NADDC Director General noted that Akampat Center will cater to artisan, auto technicians and graduates who will receive hands-on training on converting petrol and diesel engines to compressed natural gas (CNG) and electric systems. Members of the Guild of Automobile and Allied Technicians (GAATN) described the development as timely, saying it addresses both economic and climate challenges. The project will provide new employment opportunities, especially in rural communities, and help reduce dependence on fossil fuels in Nigeria's transportation ecosystem. Nigeria is stepping onto the global stage with a bold push for stricter vehicle import standards at the United Nations World Forum for Harmonization of Vehicle Regulations, UNECEWP.29 in Geneva. The NADDC Director General, Joseph Osanipin, joined global counterparts to advocate for improved controls on used vehicle exports, especially those destined for African markets like Nigeria. In his address, Osanipin stressed the need for mandatory pre-shipment inspections, a clampdown on floor-damaged vehicles, and full VIN, vehicle identification number transparency, to prevent the dumping of substandard cars in Nigeria. He urged UNECE member states to support a broader timeline for developing economies to enforce these regulations, noting that unregulated inflow worsens air quality, increase accident risks, and weaken domestic industries. Nigeria's participation marks a turning point in its international automotive diplomacy. The NADDC believes that by contributing to rule-making at the global level, Nigeria can better protect its roads and consumers, while positioning the nation as a voice for fair and responsible trade in the mobility sector. More coming on Automotive Hour.
Welcome back. The program is Automotive Hour, and today's feature is all about the rise of Nigerian-made vehicles. how local manufacturers are responding to policy incentives, embracing technology, and gradually increasing local content in production to deliver world-class standard vehicles made right here in Nigeria, and the efforts made by the Council to upgrade our infrastructure. Let's take a look.
In the last decade, Nigeria's auto industry has undergone quiet but determined transformation, one driven by policy, vision, and a firm commitment to seeing vehicles proudly made on Nigerian soil. At the heart of this movement is the National Automotive Design and Development Council (NADDC), whose infrastructure department is working tirelessly to lay the foundation for a thriving indigenous automotive sector. From assembly lines in Kaduna to welding bays in Nnewi and testing ramps in Lagos, auto manufacturing in Nigeria is no longer aspirational. It's becoming operational, and that is by design. According to Dr. Noah Omisonya, Director of Industrial Infrastructure at NADDC, the department plays a critical role in nurturing this ecosystem by initiating programs, building infrastructure, and enabling innovations that drive forward the vision of Made in Nigeria vehicles.
Activities related towards industrialization of this country in terms of skill development, infrastructural needs of the automotive industry. So the farmer initiates all these activities and towards achieving Made in Nigeria vehicle.
Guided by the National Automotive Industry Development Plan (NAIDP), the Council has identified industrial clusters. Through partnerships and strategic collaborations, they've begun establishing industrial parks across key locations like Nnewi, Ede, and Kaduna. Each park is designed as a shared space, complete with power, water, and access roads, where investors and manufacturers can plug in, collaborate, and produce. These are not just factories. They are ecosystems of innovation and local content development.
The industrial park that have been created, a reasonable amount of land has been acquired in the name of the industrial park. Then a good number of automotive service hub too has been initiated for us to be able to onboard, encourage, create a soft landing for all the investors to come and partners with the country. Training centers too have been created, all in the name of creating an enabling environment for investors to take over some of these projects and be able to industrialize the country.
Looking forward, Dr. Omisonya is confident that with the current momentum, Nigeria's auto sector is set for a dramatic leap. More plans, more partnerships, more pride. The roads ahead are promising because they are being paved right here at home.
Without a doubt, the Nigerian automobile industry has become a force to be reckoned with, and our indigenous manufacturers are taking no prisoners in the quest to compete favorably in the global market. Speeding on this week's Meet the Manufacturer segment is Jet Systems Automotive Industries Limited, a forward-thinking auto assembler championing sustainability and electric mobility in Nigeria. With an eye on the future, Jet Motor Company is revolutionizing the Nigerian roadscape with innovative tech-powered vehicles for public and private mobility. Let's learn more.
In the evolving landscape of Nigeria's automotive industry, one indigenous brand stands out for its bold vision and tech-driven approach. Welcome to Jet Systems Automobile Industries Limited, an automotive assembly firm blazing a sustainable trail with its semi-knockdown operations and ambitious drive towards full local assembly. At the heart of Jet's operations is innovation, embodied by their flagship 14-seater electric bus, a pioneering solution designed to meet Nigeria's unique mobility needs. Their product line has expanded to include compressed natural gas vehicles and, most recently, hybrid models that integrate CNG and internal combustion engines to ensure greater flexibility and fuel efficiency.
Jet Systems Automobile Industry Limited, Jet Motor Company for short. It's a true and true indigenous auto assembly company. We base our assembly operation on the SKD model for now, and we hope to transition that into a more robust and more demanding CKD model in the coming year or so. Fingers crossed. Our operation here are bordered down on a few key points. We want to be innovative, we want to be tech driven, and we want to be sustainable. So the bread and butter for Jet Motor Company are sustainable transportation methods. We have our flagship product as the 14-seater minibus, which is a full battery electric vehicle. And we also got into recently of a hybrid internal combustion engine. Hybrid in the sense that it can combust both petrol and CNG. So we try to align our operations towards a more sustainable mode of transportation. And the basic models we have for now is the 14-seater minibus that I mentioned, and the versatile double cabin pickup truck. So these are our go-to models for now. We may increase those models as time progresses. Jet Motor Company is still a young company. We only started operation in 2018. So, and we like to grow in that path, keeping innovation, tech-driven, and sustainability as the key points in our operation.
Jet's commitment to local content is not just a policy, it is a practice. The company actively partners with Nigerian component manufacturers and fabricators to integrate locally sourced materials and parts, progressively expanding homegrown capacity and supporting value chain growth within the sector.
We follow the process of a semi-knockdown assembly process. So what that means is that we have OEM, original equipment manufacturers. They are spread out across the globe. We get those components and we incorporate them into our assembly process. Now, having said that, we want to make some of the local manufacturers and industrialists part of our OEM partners. As long as they meet the standard, as long as they meet the safety requirements and so on, we're more than happy to incorporate these into our assembly process.
But innovation isn't everything. Safety is paramount. Each jet vehicle undergoes rigorous testing, adhering to recognized safety standards to ensure top-tier performance on Nigerian roads. This dedication stems from the leadership of the MD and CEO, Engineer Derek Ewelukwa, who insists on hands-on, engineering-first approach to management.
Automotive standard is across the board. We base most of our operation based on the Society of SAE, Society of Automotive Engineers, okay, and we make sure each one of our vehicles meet those stipulated standards, and safety is paramount in what we do. That's why we have so many of those test processes that I showed earlier back there, just to make sure that the vehicles meet the safety threshold and the operational threshold before they leave this assembly plant.
For Engineer Ewelukwa, the newly initiated Nigerian First policy is a game changer, one that will uplift local industries, stimulate economic growth, and strengthen national pride. He commends the efforts of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, noting visible transformation under the current leadership and an optimistic road ahead.
National Automotive Design and Development Council, they are doing amazing, especially under the current leadership, with trying to bring up policies and programs that help the automotive sector to grow. The federal government, on the other hand, are doing an amazing job, if you ask me. We have hoped for this, okay, and it's amazing that it's finally coming to fruition. If you took a sample of most of the staff we have here on the floor at this assembly line, these are all local talents. The Nigerian First policy is going to empower the youth. You know, we have a large percentage of workforce, which most of them are youths, if you will. And if we start to patronize and Nigeria first, be it in the automotive sector, be it in the industrial sector, be it in the agricultural sector, in whatever sector at all, I think it will go a long way in boosting youth engagement, employment, and so on.
Despite operating on a purely private funding, the company continues to upscale. JET welcomes government support through grants and incentives, but their commitment to progress remains unshaken, driven by belief in the Nigerian dream.
So we're purely a private company. Yeah. So we welcome any financial incentives or grants from the government. We hope that will come one day, but that wouldn't stop us. We being a private entity, we like to add value to the best of our ability. We scratch up funding as we can, and we do the best we can. So I want to add a remark. Well, we're not the sharpest knife in the drawer, okay? But if each and every one of us can pitch in his or her efforts, irrespective of how little it is, I think it will go a long way in shaping up the nation the way we anticipate it to be.
JET Motor Company is not just building vehicles. They are building Nigeria's automotive future.
The conversion of a PMS-powered tricycle to electric power tricycle. So that's just it. We want to see the conversion from beginning to the end. And we could see that the method, very simple method, you don't need to go to the workshop. It was done right here in our workshop, about 48 minutes. Ordinary rates will have taken like 30 minutes if they're done in their workshop. It is in line with the New Hope agenda of this current government headed by our dear President, Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu. The idea is to look for alternative to a cheaper means and more cleaner means of powering our vehicles.
And that brings us to the end of this week's episode of Automotive Hour. From rising local content to future-ready vehicle tech, one thing is clear. Made in Nigeria is on the move, and the NADDC is committed to maximizing support and celebrating the bold innovators and the skilled Nigerians driving this industry forward. We hope you had a fabulous time. Don't forget to follow us on all of our social media platforms showing on your screen. Join us same time next week as we explore another powerful topic: youth and women empowerment in Nigeria auto industry. On behalf of the National Automotive Design and Development Council, thank you for watching. I am Maimuna Ahoiza Zubair, and this is Automotive Hour. Bye for now.